Hello and welcome back to my channel. I was just outside and I saw a man who was just walking through the fields towards me, and spirit, and I struck up a conversation with him and asked him what his name is, and he said that he doesn't remember. And I said, do you want to go to the light? And so I've invited him in. He's sitting in one of the chairs on the other side of the camera. And here's our conversation. Yeah, he does not remember his name. He lived in the 50s, and he says he feels like it's been so long since he's been gone, that the last life that he had was so unmemorable that he can't remember his own last life name. He thinks it's like Rob. He's like, no, that's not it. I'm hearing Chase. It's frustrating him, so let's not go on. He said he just happened to be walking along, and there were some kids outside playing, and I said, how do you see these children? I mean, do you see them clearly? Are they kind of muted colors to you? Because the children were, to me, they were wearing bright red colors. He said they seem to be like a muted gray. And his world doesn't seem to have much color. He appreciates me inviting him in because I told him he can't stay. And he's not interested in staying. He says he's been here long enough and he would like to go to the light. But he doesn't quite understand what the light is because he was not a religious man. The light is what you'd call heaven, or that higher stage of evolution where everything is just light. A lot of people here on earth believe it to be where Jesus is and God is. And it can be many different things, according to one's belief. But what you can do is picture the light. So right now I'm going to, do you remember any of your family members? He was a solitary man. He just kept to himself. And he's just kind of tired and ready to move on to the next stage, even though he's just kind of like, what is the next stage? The next stage is going into the light and choosing where you want to go from there. Do you want to do healing for yourself? Do you want to talk to your family members or people that you've dealt with before, your guides? There's so many options and opportunities. It's a fabulous place. You can also have an opportunity to go to other lifetimes if you choose, or go and live somewhere else entirely. So, like I said, options abound. So, are you ready? He said, certainly. So now what I do is, in my mind's eye, I ask my guides and angels to assist me in opening that portal of light. And he says he sees it. And he's kind of looking up, and he's mesmerized by it. And I'm telling him that's what I'm talking about. That's the light. you don't disintegrate into the light, because he's asking me if he just disintegrates. It's actually a very freeing feeling, much more expansive and limitless. He says, by all means, I'm going to go do it. He says, walking around this gray place is not getting me anywhere. Just this endless wandering with no real purpose, or as to everything's bland and gray. So he has walked into the light, and he's got his hands up into the air, and it's like it's just washing over him. And now he's crying because he's just so thankful. It's like such a relief and a release. He's so thankful. And they're kind of, his guides and his family and friends are taking him farther into the light. And so now the portal of light closes, and that is the end of the session. Thanks for listening, you guys. I know it probably sounds a little strange to have, a one-way conversation where you have to somehow, take into consideration that I'm having this two-way conversation, but on your end it sounds like crazy girl talking to herself about the situation. And I get it. But, now I'm exposing myself to it. Obviously, you're not seeing who I am yet because I've been very sick and I look like poop. So, thanks again. And if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Have a good one.